It's Runtime, and today is Thursday, September 4th, so here's everything that happened in Indian tech in the last 24 hours. First of all, Google has announced that they're going to be making Pixel 10 phones in India. This would be for both domestic sale and also export, and Google is talking to potential local production partners like Foxconn, Dixon Technologies, and Bhagwati Products to make this happen. Now, the first batch of Pixel 10s sold in India are imported from Taiwan, but Google has been working on strengthening its local assembly capacity in India ever since the Pixel 8, and they're not alone here either. Apple and Samsung are also making their devices in India now as well. All right, moving on to the next news item here. The Delhi High Court has dismissed Ultrahuman's patent infringement lawsuit against Finnish wearable company Oura, and the reason for this is that the court says Ultrahuman failed to disclose the fact that the US International Trade Commission had already decided that Ultrahuman's smart ring violated Oura's patents, which resulted in the ITC ruling in favor of Oura's copyright claims and issued exclusion and cease and desist orders barring all Ultrahuman smart rings and components from being imported into and sold in the US market. And so the Delhi High Court has said that Ultrahuman can refile their lawsuit after they have fully disclosed the ITC's ruling. And of course, Ultrahuman says that they will refile their lawsuit in order to defend their intellectual property in India. All right, next up, defense tech and drone startup Raphe mPhibr has opened a new drone and defense equipment manufacturing facility along with India's biggest aero engine testbed in Noida. The company was founded in 2016 by Vishal and Vivek Mishra, and since then they've grown from a 10-person team to employing more than 600 scientists and engineers. And so this new facility includes an engine testbed, an additive manufacturing center, and a composite polymer unit, and they're planning to use this new space to manufacture payload drones and guided missile drones as well. All right, next up, TCS and IIT Kanpur's AIRAWAT Research Foundation have formed a partnership in order to pursue sustainable urbanization. So they're going to be using AI, digital twins, and remote sensing to redesign how Indian cities are planned. And the reason for this is that Indian cities are still growing, they're getting bigger, and many of them are becoming more chaotic, more messy, and this is due to poor planning. India is set to add 416 million urban residents by 2050, and so the goal here of this partnership is to improve stuff like air quality, reduce flooding, and increase green space and climate resilience for the Indian cities of the future. TCS is bringing their expertise in simulation and data integration, and AIRAWAT will be bringing their research on urban planning. All right, next up, 8 VC and PE firms from India and the United States have formed the India Deep Tech Investment Alliance. They're pledging more than $1 billion over the next decade to back Indian deep tech startups, and members of this alliance include Excel, Bloom Ventures, Celesta Capital, Premji Invest, Gaja Capital, Idea Spring Capital, Tenacity Ventures, and Venture Catalysts. They're going to be looking at sectors like AI, semiconductors, robotics, space, biotech, energy, and quantum. And the idea here, the reason why they're forming this alliance, is to address the shortage of long-term funding for Indian deep tech. All right, next up, Abhishek Singh, who is the CEO of Gan.ai, said that the government of India is going to be supporting between 15 and 20 indigenous AI models. Now, 4 teams have already been funded: Sarvam AI, Socket AI, Gnani.ai, and Gan.ai, and another 8 are in the final stages of selection. And he's saying that the goal here in backing these AI labs is to localize AI models, data, and compute specifically for Indian use cases in sectors like agriculture, MSMEs, manufacturing, and public services. Now, at this point, nearly 38,000 GPUs are available at subsidized rates of about 65 rupees per GPU hour, and global rates here are anywhere between 220 and 264 rupees per GPU hour. But apart from this, Abhishek Singh also mentioned that about 30 AI prototypes that have been funded by the government of India are moving towards deployment in government ministries, and these are tools for stuff like tuberculosis triage, crop advisory, disaster alerts, grievance redressal, and education. And I'll just wrap this video up with a bit of a fun one, also kind of sad. Tata EV is using potholes in Indian roads to market their Harrier EV, which is supposedly very good at navigating off-road conditions. This is genius marketing, but also disappointing that roads like this in India even exist in the first place. Ather, of course, is also responding to this with AetherStack 7.0 pothole alerts, which is less of a marketing gimmick and more of a feature designed to actually help users. But still, I hope that this trend continues. I hope potholes stay in the news cycle so that there's more pressure to fix them. All right, that is all of the Indian tech news that I have for you all from the last 24 hours, mainly focusing on stuff that happened on Wednesday, September 3rd. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, do check out our Runtime WhatsApp community. All you have to do to join that community is send a DM to the Runtime X account. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're building, and I'll send you access. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.